Hey there, my name is Valeria Camacho. I'm a second year undergraduate international political economy student at City, IPE for short. And I'm super excited to talk to you a little about myself, my experience at City, and London overall. So, just to tell you a little bit about my story, I was born in the US, but I've lived my whole life in Colombia. And after graduating high school, I decided I really wanted to come to London. I loved the idea of living here, of meeting new people, of getting to know all of these new places and all of the new opportunities. So I decided to come here. I did a foundation course at City University of London on business with accounting and economics. I absolutely loved everything about my foundation course. It lasted 1 year. And I got to meet a lot of new international students. I got to know a lot of places. And most importantly, it gave me a really good start in my first year at City, because obviously I got like all of the bases I needed to know to start really strong. I decided to do IPE at City because I loved this course. I loved the organization of IPE and all of the modules, the elective modules. I thought it was a really complete course, and I really liked the organization and the focus that City gave to IPE. As you know, IPE combines 3 disciplines, and this is actually amazing for the modules because you have elective modules which you can choose from since the beginning, since first year, and you also have core modules. So what City does is that it offers individual modules for economics, individual modules for politics, individual modules for international relations, but it also offers modules which combine the 3 things together. So this is actually amazing, and this is key because you're actually knowing about each subject individually, but you're also learning about how these subjects come together, how they relate to each other, how they affect each other. One of my favorite courses was first year, I did Emerging Powers in a Changing World. And this module was an elective module, and I chose it because it seemed amazing how it analyzed the different emerging powers in international relations and how the economics and politics of each domestic country could affect the international relations among them. So we actually got the chance to look at how each country behaves and how they have different economic policies, how they have different trade arrangements, and how they portray themselves at domestic level, but also at the international level. The staff at IPE, my lecturers, the professors, they're all very important people. They're so intelligent, and they really want you to know more about the course and actually put in effort for it because they're so passionate about it that it's just very motivating. The staff is absolutely amazing. There's also this really cool program called the Microplacement program. And I find it really interesting because what it does is that it offers City students the opportunity to have a work placement over summer, over 3 weeks or 6 weeks in June. What I find particularly interesting about the microplacement is that one of its main goals is to provide students the opportunity to explore the job sector in an industry that not necessarily has to do anything with their career. So for example, I am a very creative person and I am a second year undergraduate IPE student, but one of my main interests is marketing. So I'm actually planning on applying for a job in a marketing department or something like that. So I think it's really interesting for the university to obviously give you a focus on your chosen degree, but also offer opportunities which you can explore, which are not necessarily in the industry of your degree. So after I got to know a little bit about the university, I also found out that City is really trying for their students. They're actually looking for so many ways to make the university better, to increase the student engagement. They actually have a lot of opportunities, programs, societies, different things that you can actually do to get more involved with the community. So I really like about City that they are actually putting in the effort. They care about their students. And you can see this with all of the activities they plan, all of the emails I get about student center support, about someone you can talk to. They literally are taking into account every single thing that you need to have a really good university experience. So I think this is really important, and City is actually really, really trying to improve every day. In terms of accommodation, my first year in London, which I did my foundation course, I stayed at Scape, which was a private accommodation. I got to meet a lot of international students. I got to meet a lot of students from across London universities, and it was really cool. I had my little room with my own bed, my own bathroom, my own kitchen, and it was pretty amazing. I got to meet a lot of new people, and the environment was really cool. A really cool thing is that when you come to London and you don't have any friends, obviously I would absolutely recommend staying in an accommodation, a student accommodation, because you get to know a lot of people which are going through the same thing as you. So you can actually make new friends, and then your second year you can move in with them, you can look for new apartments and actually reinforce your relationships. Living in London is absolutely amazing. I would not change my decision to come here for anything. I think living here has been absolutely rewarding. I've got to know a lot of people from different places, different cultures. Most of my friends are international students, and I've got to know a lot about their cultures, about their different traditions and everything. So it's really interesting to know also how the world in general works, not only your bubble, but expand yourself to get to know new people, new cultures, new different ways of seeing the world. Also, I think that London offers you a lot of opportunities when it comes to the job sectors. There's so many chances for you to get new jobs, new things, new experiences, volunteering also. And I don't know, like there's so many things to do. I discover new places every day. I get to meet new people every day, and it's a non-stop thing. So every day I'm just getting to do new things. Okay, so I know that London might be perceived as one of the most expensive places to study, but this is actually not as true. You just have to learn how to manage your money, how to save, how to spend. And I think it's a really good skill, which you can obviously use for the rest of your life. So just relating to City offers a lot of opportunities when it comes to jobs for students. My first year in London, I applied for the Marketing Brand Ambassador scheme, and it's one of the most amazing jobs which I've been part of. It's really cool. I got to develop content for students, for prospective students, for different people. And for example, I did some blogs like the most Instagrammable spaces in London, how to save money in London. And this job opportunity is really cool. I got to experience the creative side of myself and also help other students. Also, City offered me the opportunity to be a student engagement ambassador. And this was my first year also. And in this program, it was a team of students which came together in order to increase student engagement. So it was pretty cool. I got to develop my team working skills, and I got to plan on ways on how to make students more engaged with the university, with the community. And I don't know, it's pretty rewarding. So obviously being an international student and being so far from home, coming to a new country at the other side of the world, to be by yourself, to continue your life, to study, it can be challenging. but I think it's absolutely worth it. It's super rewarding. And I think coming to London from a third world country has opened my eyes in a way that I never imagined before. I think coming to London by myself has gave me so many qualities which I've acquired so quickly. So for example, independence. Obviously, I have to clean, I have to cook, I have so many new responsibilities, and they can be overwhelming, but you actually just have to like go for it. Actually do things, because it's your life, you're starting your life. And as an international student, it can be more challenging than people who actually come from these types of countries. But it's absolutely rewarding, and I'm so proud of the person that I've become, because living by myself is obviously not easy, but it comes with a lot of pros. So actually now I know how to cook better, I know how to clean, I'm actually a pro at cleaning my bathroom. So yes, I don't know, like obviously it's overwhelming, but City offers a lot of student support for international students specifically. And there's also a lot of international students, so you find people which you can relate to and people who are going through the same thing as you. They can actually give you a lot of useful tips. And since I came to London, I've never actually felt alone or anything. I think that it's actually been pretty amazing. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it was helpful. And yes, this is my experience, and I really have nothing more than positive things to say about London, about City, about my course. I really think it's really special, it's really interesting, and yes, you won't regret it. So thank you.